Okay, I'm so fine and happy to be here,
Yeah,
connected with you.
I'm happy to have you.
Yes.
I'm happy to have you on the show. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm so glad to be here with you to share some, let's say, experiences and also all what I do, right, as
Yeah,
an athlete.
yeah, absolutely. Well, usually I like to, start pretty basic with people when I first meet them. I wanted to ask you, so how did you, get into like training and competing and
And the
fitness
fitness.
in general? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, it's like a big story, but I will sum up. Yeah. Yeah, I was a dancer, a ballet dancer. I danced ballet since I was a child. So, so I've been dancing since I was a child. I started at the age of 6 years old, and then I was like, I got some problems with, let's say, with the food and all that stuff. Right, when you are a dancer, you're not allowed to eat too much, so you have
Mm-hmm.
like a limit.
Mm-hmm.
So then I met a friend that told me, also my parents told me that I should go to the gym. So just to do some exercise, to be like healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I wasn't living, let's say, a healthy life because
Mm-hmm.
I just ate an apple in the morning and then started to dance.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, or a chocolate or something like that. So that gave me calories, but they're empty calories, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
then I met a friend at the gym, and he told me his name is Carlos Mancia. Yeah, and he told me, "Hey, I want to introduce someone, and he will help you to get, let's say, to help you to have a healthy life." In a better you can be in a better shape and all that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I went to the clinic, and that was the president of the federation, international federation in my country, El
Oh
Salvador.
wow. Okay.
His name is Fabricio Hernandez. So I talked to him and I told him, I'm a dancer. I don't want to be fat, but I don't want to be thinner than I am. Yeah, and he gave me like a diet, and he gave me some, like, let's say, all the parameters to be in a better shape and to be healthier. Yeah, so after that I was like watching a competition. I went to a contest of Carlos Mancia's contest. So I was there and I was watching all the bikini fitness models, and also men physique and all that those are categories, right? So I was like, oh my god, that is that true? Because I can't believe it. And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, they go on a diet, then they prepared, and they are ready for the contest, and that's all. Yeah, that's all. Did you try? And I was like, mm, let's see. So then I went to the competition next year. I got prepared, and I won the second place in the national competition in my country. So I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh my God, I won. And I was like, it was a big prize for me
Wow.
because I didn't know something about that. And also I got some problems for my, let's say, for the way I was eating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I used to vomit. I used to provoke that with my hand and also with the brush, dental brush,
So
because I didn't want to be fat. Yeah,
yeah, it's
that's right.
I think they call in English it's I think it's bulimia is what they call.
Bulimic. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's bulimic. And also
mhm.
anorexic.
Anorexia. Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
I went through those problems, and sometimes as humans or people, normal people, we think that when you are on a diet, you stop eating. But actually, yeah, it's not like that. It's to eat, but in a better way.
Mhm.
It's to
Mhm.
know how to eat. So that is to be on a diet. So
Yeah.
I was learning through all these years, and I was participating in choreographic fitness. fitness artistic. It's named. It's the name
Hmm.
of the category because I used to dance. Then I moved. I changed my category to bikini wellness because I also was watching all the Brazilian bikini wellness, and
Hmm.
that's like a perfect body. You have legs, you have the back, and also the glutes, everything. So that is how you imagine your body, and that is how every single woman wants. I think so. Just not only to be thin, but also to have, let's say, beautiful legs or
Yeah,
a
shape.
beautiful
Yeah.
the beautiful shape of the glutes and all that, right? So I moved and then I forgot about bulimic.
Hmm.
I started to eat and it changed my whole life, my whole, let's say, my lifestyle.
How,
Hmm.
how how difficult was it for you to stop like being bulimic and anorexic? Did you just immediately stop just like that, or
No,
did
no.
you have problems? Is it?
Yeah, actually, I was like eating a white egg. Yeah, I was eating whites. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I hate it. I hate to eat. I all the time like that. And I was like, it's kind of difficult because you think all the time that when you eat, you're gonna get fat, but it's
Hmm.
not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I start around 1 year. Through 1 year, I saw remarkable changes in my body and also in my life because I had some problems when sleeping. I used to wake up at midnight or maybe at 2 a.m. And I was like, I couldn't sleep anymore. So when I started to eat, let's say, special food, especially, let's say, oatmeal and
Hmm.
fruit, vegetables, and also protein, um, everything changed. Everything changed a lot because my system, my whole body and also my mind was changing, and not so fast, but through a year. So around 2 years, I was like different in my
Hmm.
body, and I was looking at me in front of the mirror, and I was like, I like it. I like how I look. I like the way my legs are now. So
Hmm.
everything was in mind, and when you see those changes in your life and also in your body, your brain changes a lot,
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was in love with me, and that is something that we cannot forget. That we don't have to forget how the value that we have as a person, as a daughter, as a friend, and everything, right? So when you start loving yourself, you start, let's say, loving the way you do exercise, you start loving the way you listen to music and everything. Yeah.
Hmm. It's so important to like who you are, to love who you are.
Yeah.
It's and it's not a type of love that's like it's not narcissistic. It's not a negative type of thing. It's a positive type of love for yourself. It's just one of those things that it's so important, but a lot of people have a lot of like issues with that, a lot of problems with
Yeah.
doing that. Originally, I live in the United States, but originally I'm from Soviet Union, from Ukraine,
Hmm. Hmm.
Russia, Ukraine, it's very popular, very big ballet there, and a lot of girls, they have those issues, from that sport. It's
Yeah.
very, or not sport, I guess. I don't know what you would call it, art. And it's just it's kind of, it's sad, but it's like I understand because they're so driven. Also gymnastics is very, that happens a lot too, bulimia, anorexia, and a lot of girls have to
Yes.
overcome that. It's very difficult, but I'm impressed with that you were able to do
Yeah.
that.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, actually, Fabricio Hernandez, he's the president of the International Federation of Bodybuilding here in El Salvador. He's connected with Dr. Santoja, the Dr. Santoja, who is the international president of the
Hmm.
whole Federation of Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So he's like my mentor. He's like an angel, and his wife also, Susan Hernandez. She and he, they are my angels in this.
Mhm.
Let's say, in all these road, I can say
Yeah.
that in all this, yeah, in all this fitness life.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Mhm.
So
I really appreciate everything they have done with me.
yeah, I mean, that it's so important to have good friends, and good people
Yeah,
around you. It's not enough people have that, but when you find people like that, you have to hold on to them, it's
exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
So you get over this issue with bulimia, anorexia, you start feeling better, you start eating better, you compete. Um, are you training yourself? Are you coaching yourself, or is someone coaching you?
No, I have my fitness preparator,
Hmm.
and he is all the time pushing me, and to do the things better than before. Every competition is different, so every process change a lot.
How did you meet him? Was it at the gym, or did you, how did you come across your coach?
Okay, Fabricio, I met him because of my friends Carlos, right?
Mm.
He introduced him to me in a competition, and we were talking. After that, I have another preparator. His name is Luis Eduardo
Hmm.
Hernandez. He's a nutritionist, and he's a very good person. He's very strict, and he's like rude with all his
Hmm.
patients. And I think that is really important, that because if you don't have that, if you don't have, let's say, the discipline, okay, but you can say, okay, I have my plan, nutrition plan, you read it, and you can say, I will eliminate this, or I will delete this, I will delete this. And but it's not, that is not like that. You need to
Yeah.
follow every single step of a diet,
Yes.
and also every single step your training. And I started to train like a wellness fitness bikini. That is totally different how a bikini fitness trains. Yeah, bikini fitness, they train very different, because they don't have to be big, right? Let's say a big leg, or
Hmm.
too much like shredded or something like
Hmm.
that. You need to have a percentage, a fat percentage, obviously, as every single athlete. But in wellness, that's the name, right? Wellness. You need to, like, the appearance has to be like wellness.
Hmm.
Your face, your body, everything. So I really loved this category, especially because of that,
Hmm.
because you take care about yourself in every single detail.
What can you give me an example on how your training was when you were training for wellness? Like what
Yeah,
what did what was it like?
yeah, when I was starting this fitness life, I was like I was following YouTube videos, and
Hmm.
so I was also reading a magazine of training, everything. So then I was training, okay, 12 reps, and then 4 of 12, and just that. Okay, four like this, and four like shoulders, and just that. Yeah, basic,
Uh,
totally basic.
yeah.
Nowadays, I train totally different. For example, on Monday, I train all my the quadriceps,
Hmm.
only quadriceps, just that,
So
and
just
also
just
cardio.
quads, no other
Yeah,
part
just
of the leg.
quads, especially quads. 5 exercise specifically for quads. And Tuesday, I train. Let's say, let's remember. I've been training. I've been training.
Yeah, of course.
Tuesday, I train my biceps
Hmm.
and also my back,
Hmm.
biceps and back. And also on Wednesday, I train only the leg, but that is the back part of the leg. I forgot how to say that in English.
Hamstrings. Is it
Yes,
hamstrings? Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
hands.
Hmm.
And specifically 5 exercise for that. And on Thursday, I train glutes, 5 exercise for glutes and cardio. Every single day cardio. And on Thursday, Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. And on Friday, I train shoulders and triceps.
Do
So
you train?
we divided the leg in three parts, and that is better because you can get better results when you divide the leg in those parts. Yeah.
Do you train heavy or is it more volume? Like, is it
Um,
more repetitions or more weight?
that depends on the. That depends. For example, if I don't, let's say, if I have a competition, I trained more reps the last month because I prepared for a month before a competition. So the first 2 months are very heavy for me, too much weight and not too much repetitions. But at the third month, I train in the middle, and the month before, I train. My reps are around 50 reps, 40 reps, 30 reps,
Wow,
like that.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot of. That's a lot
and
of
it's tired.
reps.
Even though we don't use too much weight because that is like 5 pounds and just
Yeah,
that 5 10 pounds. But the reps are the most difficult because you
yeah.
are like, and I know, my God, 40 reps that I didn't finish. So I was like driving me crazy. So, but I'm a very disciplined person. So I finished every
Uh-huh.
single rep. Yeah.
Sometimes people ask me like, "Oh, well, volume or a lot of repetitions, if you don't have a lot of weight, it's not that difficult." And I say, "Oh, it's very difficult because
Yeah.
imagine just moving your arms with no weight in the same exercise.
Yeah.
You can only do it so many times and then you can't do it anymore because
Definitely.
it's just so tough. So that's incredible. So how many competitions have you done at this point?
Oh my God. You need to see this. You need to see this. It's like
Oh,
this
wow.
is my
Oh,
collection.
all the
This is
gold.
this is when I was in Colombia.
Uh-huh.
I won the first place. I got a picture with Jay Cutler
Oh,
there.
wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
also this is for Miami, the third place in Miami and the
Wow.
Pan American Championship this
Uh-huh.
year. And also this year, I got the second place in a Central American
Uh-huh.
Championship. It's I love it.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah.
those are some of my trophies that I got when I was like through the whole year. In my parents' house, I have more,
Uh-huh.
but those are part of my. This is my little collection. I'm sorry, I will
It's
move it
okay.
over.
It's okay.
This is my
Hmm.
little collection, but I think that every competition, I don't know how to say this, but I cannot give you a number
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've been like competing for 8 years,
Hmm.
eight
Hmm.
years consecutive,
Yeah.
year
Ha
by year by year, except the pandemic year. I didn't train and I didn't eat and I didn't compete because everything was stopped.
hmm
So
hmm
everybody was stopped and you cannot do exercise the way you do before. And it was a very critical year. It was
hmm
a terrible year, the pandemic situation that we lived. Here in Central America, we didn't be able to go out to train, so we used to train at home, but it was kind of difficult. It was kind of weird. I'm not
hmm
accustomed to train at home. I don't like it.
hmm
So I stopped eating and I got the problem again. So I didn't want to eat, so I got thinner. I got
Oh.
around, yeah, 50 pounds, like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was it because it was just so stressful that it kind of
Yeah,
it made you come back to the
exactly.
to
Yeah.
that type
Mm-hmm.
of eating or not eating, I guess I should say.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
was thinking about that when the pandemic year. I was like, if I eat, I need to go to train. But if I don't eat, I don't need to. So I was
Hmm.
sleeping the whole day and just that. So I was like getting chill and just that. So I
Hmm.
didn't train too much, but I used to, let's say, to go the upstairs and just that in the house. Just
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did after the pandemic happened, or at least after when they started opening things back up, did you start training again, start competing again?
Immediately, of
Yeah.
course,
Hmm.
when everything was like turning in the same way, was everything was getting calm. Yeah, I started to go to the gym. So we were allowed to get out to the house. So we were allowed to go to the gym. Gym were open again. Everything was like, okay, you can go and you can go whatever you want. And I was like, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started to train and I started to get prepared to a competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. So 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 now, like, at this point, what are your goals? Do you have another next competition in mind? Are you in
Yeah.
off season? Like,
Of
what's going
course.
on?
Yeah, actually, I went to the last national absolute competition in my country and
Mhm.
I got a first place. So
Okay,
I'm
beautiful.
national. Yeah, I got a first place and in the national competition. So I'm planning to compete in Mexico for the Pan
Hmm.
American Championship. So it was last year, or this year, it was in Miami. So this year, this coming year, it's going to be in Mexico, in Cancun. So I'm planning to compete once again in this Pan American Championship. But also there is another competition that I would like to be there, and that is in Rome, Italy, and
Mm.
it's Miss Universe IFBB. That would be
Oh,
like my dream.
oh,
Yeah,
that would be amazing. That would be wonderful.
yeah.
Have
That
you
is
have
on
you
July.
have you competed
That
in
is,
Europe yet?
no, I
No,
haven't. I haven't competed there. Never in my life. That's why I want to be there. That will be a very good experience. I think
of
so.
course.
I
Yeah.
believe it. I don't think so. I'm sure. And also because you can meet new people, you can meet new places. That would be a good experience because I can move from my comfort zone. That is Central America, is all Caribbean. So Europe is totally different from
Yeah.
Caribbean and Central America.
Yeah. So just to clarify, and you have to excuse my ignorance. I'm not too familiar outside of the US when it comes to IFBB and NPC. You are under the IFBB a pro athlete, or
Uh, and like a pro athlete?
yes. So like, could
No,
you?
yeah. In the international, in the IFBB, we have pro athletes, but you need to win the first place of the absolute championship in your
I see.
category. So I
I see.
haven't been. It's the same in the MPC, I think
Right.
so. Yeah, but in IFBB, the one I belong to, so it's almost the same. So I need to go, for example, if I travel to Europe, in
Mm.
Italy, to Rome, to this Miss Universe IFBB, if I won my category, then I will compete with the first place of my category, but with the other shapes. For example, I am up to 160, and
Mhm.
there is another height that is up to 155 or
Mm.
something like that.
I
So
see.
every single category of wellness, every single winner will compete once together. So if I won the
Mhm.
first place, so I can get the pro card
You can get
in
a
the
pro
world.
card. It
Yes,
feel
I can get the
it
pro card.
it feels like, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like if you're outside of the US, it seems like it's more difficult to get,
Yeah,
because
I think so.
if
Yeah.
go ahead.
Actually, in Miami, I was like, oh my God, this is very difficult because it was with Jessica Jennifer Pop. I
Hmm.
really admire her, and she's so beautiful. She's a classy girl. She's very, very good at competing. I love her legs. Every single part, yeah, she's like perfect. She's a winner. She's a champion.
Hmm.
So I was like, she's like my top wellness, and I every single time I train, I imagine her, and I think that I need to be, and I would like to have the shape she has been getting through
Hmm.
this year
Hmm.
because she's very professional, and she has won three times the world, the absolute, right? She's
Mm-hmm.
the winner.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, I definitely think you can do it. It's just like, getting to Rome and getting it done. That's
God will.
yeah.
God will.
I think you could definitely do it. So, what do you think about wellness right now in the IFBB, as far as like the
The
Olympia?
difference,
Yeah, what
um,
do you think?
yeah, the parameters are different. In MPC, wellness, bikini wellness is totally different than the IFBB wellness. And NPC wellness are, yeah, they are beautiful. I think they are amazing because a woman, when you train, it's kind of difficult. I've been training 8 years, and this is what I have for 8 years
Mm-hmm.
eating, training, and it's kind of hard, but you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's, let's say, you can go in a slow way, but you can do it. It's possible. But in NPC, um, I respect every single athlete likes, yeah. But the shape they get, I think that that is too much. That
Mm.
is too much, and sometimes they look like no symmetry. Let's say no harmony, not
Mm-hmm.
about harmony muscle. They are too big, and
Well,
they have big legs and glutes. They look
right.
beautiful, but it's
Yeah.
amazing because you see a girl, an NPC wellness. For example, I can mention some of them that I admire them. For example, Jarishna and also Francil Maras, and the
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian. She's so beautiful. She's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, and she
Mm-hmm.
looks very, very special in when they are competing. But when you see the NPC, for example, I was watching the World Championship, the IFBB, and I see them, and they are beautiful too. They are not to be, and they look in a better shape for me. But that is my like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that it's not necessary to give another to yeah to give another step
Mm-hmm.
to get the legs, like for example, bigger and
Mm-hmm.
bigger and bigger, and when you are not gonna look good. And for example, in the IFBB, so we train and we eat and we try to do the things in a better, different way. And we are doing, yeah, a good job. I think so. We look beautiful too. And yeah, there is a harmony in a body. And I like that.
Yeah, I think I was just talking right before your episode. I had an episode with a girl who just won her pro card in the US and in wellness, and we were discussing how there's Fran and Issa and those women that are placing very well. The Fran is of course winning the
Mm,
Olympia, and everybody loves their shape and the way they look.
yeah.
And then you have other women that come in with legs almost like bodybuilder legs,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and
Exactly. That's
yeah.
the adjective
Mhm.
that I was
and
looking
and
like a
so
bodybuilder.
it's kind of like you're trying to figure out like what's the right look, and I think they're rewarding the right look. Fran, I think, is a good look. Issa is a good look.
Yeah.
But like I think I forgot who was one of the IBB judges. Tyler Mannion, I think, is who it was,
Mhm.
and he made some videos where he explained that they are not looking for huge legs. Like that is
Yeah.
not what they're looking for. And
Exactly.
so I think that was a big problem. A lot of girls were coming in with extremely big legs, and because
Yeah.
they think wellness, they think legs, they're looking at legs. So, and they weren't placing well, and people, they were wondering, why am I not placing well? Well, it's not just about how big your legs are. It's about symmetry and how everything
Yeah,
looks.
the symmetry and also the harmony and
Yeah.
everything. There are some points that they take into consideration. Not only legs, also but also shoulders and arms, like that. The
Mhm.
waist. and all every single point has the value of a
Yeah.
wellness.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. How is bodybuilding in El Salvador? Is this something that's not really, common? Are you unique there, or do a lot of people, lift weights and bodybuild and go to the gym?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, in El Salvador, and El Salvador, my country, I love it. It has changed a lot
Hmm.
during these days. Also, we got the Miss Universe here in my country, in El Salvador. Miss
Hmm.
Universe was located here.
Yes.
Now, Salvadorian people have changed a lot.
Hmm.
Now you can see the gyms and people are training. You
Hmm.
can see fitness people running around the street and on parks, for
Hmm.
example. But when you see a bodybuilder, it's not completely fitness. It's
Hmm.
another. We are
Yeah.
not normal people. Yeah,
That's
and I
true.
can
We're
say
not
that.
normal
I can
people.
say that
Yes.
because every single weekend I go out with my parents. I live alone in the
Uh-huh.
capital of my country.
Mhm.
So my parents live in the other side of the country, but El Salvador is very small. So
Mhm.
they drive for 1 hour and they are here in my house.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are not too far.
Mhm.
So when we are like in a restaurant, I used to keep my toppers with chicken breast, vegetables. That is what I eat almost all the time. So people are like, um, and they are like watching my or looking my food, and my parents they are, let's say, they are accustomed to see me or to look at me when I bring my food in every
Uh-huh.
single place, and I don't have any problem because they are my parents. But
Sure.
when I'm let's say, for example, in a restaurant, and my father is eating like a pizza, and my mother is eating a pasta, and I have my chicken breast and vegetables that are cooked by me, so they are like this, like all the eyes are on me, and also, when I walk on the street, they look my body because they don't look my face; they look my body, and every single person is like looking at me, and that is not normal. When you have the abs, when you have the sick pack, that is
Hmm.
not common. Or they see my legs or something like that. So that is not too much. That is not too normal. Let's say
Yeah.
like that in my country. But you can see fitness people running. They
Yeah.
they run. They go on a bike. They go. Let's say every single sport. But when you see a bodybuilder, that's what we are.
Hmm.
Uh, we are different. But
Yeah.
nowadays we have in my country we have NPC also, and we have the IFBB. So people from NPC they don't like people from IFBB in my country. I don't know why, but
That's funny.
one of my best friend, my fitness friend, she's Tatiana Alas. She went to Argentina last week, a
Hmm.
week ago, and she won
Oh,
the fourth
wow.
place in Argentina.
That's great.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, and it was like a world championship for the NPC in Argentina.
Yeah.
So she won the fourth place, and I was very happy for her even though we are not in the same. I love what she does because I saw every single part of her process, and the
Yeah.
process is the same. And there is anything that is magical. There is no
Mhm.
magic. That is
Yes.
trained. That is very, very, very. Let's say it's a sacrifice, discipline, constance, and
Hmm.
that is an aspect. Even
Yeah.
though you are an NPC or you are an IFBB, it doesn't matter. The
Mhm.
process is the same. And so you can see that in my country. Also in Costa Rica, Guatemala,
Mhm.
Panama, Belize, every single country in Central America has bodybuilding, right? So people train and you can get in a better way. But if you train like a bodybuilder, you can find them here in Central America. Yeah, of
Yeah, yeah.
course.
So is it easy for you to go to other places to compete? Is it easy to get out of the country and come back in? No
Yeah,
problem?
yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, yes. I was living in United States for 4 months this
Mm-hmm.
year because I was starting an MBA in a university from United States.
Oh,
It's
wow.
about,
Okay.
yeah, it's about neuroscience and education because I'm a teacher. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
university teacher. So that's what I do in the morning. And
That's why your English is so good, huh?
thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm an language teacher, so I can speak French, Portuguese, Espanol, and
Yeah.
English.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I teach at the university, and then I get out at 2 p.m. I finish work at 2 p.m. So then I go to train or I go to cook. Actually, I cook all my meals in the afternoon. And also, I take a nap 1 hour every single day in the afternoon.
Really?
Then at 5 p.m., I go to the gym. I train 2 hours. Then I get back home and then I got to sleep. That's my that's my
That's
whole
your
day.
that's your schedule. Yeah, it's funny. My wife, she's a big proponent of napping. She likes to take a
Yeah,
middle of the day nap.
very clear.
Yeah, and I never liked to take naps because I always felt like I was missing time, you know? And so now I started to take naps and I love it. I do that. I do it now all the
Yeah,
time, middle of the
yeah.
day.
You can take a nap. It's not only, it doesn't matter if an hour or 20 minutes or half an hour. If you take a nap, you can recover and you can, but no more than 1 hour. That is not enough. Yeah,
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 that
because I
after
think that when I sleep more than 1 hour, so I get tired. So I don't want to go to train. So I set an alarm and then I get out. I get out home. So let's go to train.
Mhm. Is it how close is your gym to where you live?
How far is my gym?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I have two gyms. I train in two gyms.
Mm-hmm.
One gym is at the corner in my house, near my house. So I walk 5 minutes, I'm in the gym.
Oh, wow.
And the other is around
Hmm.
half an hour, and I get to the other gym. Hmm.
Are there any other competitors in your gyms, or are you by yourself?
Of course, for example, in the gym that I drive half an hour, and there are around three competitors.
Mhm.
And in the gym that I train, there are more than three.
Oh,
That is
wow.
near my house. Yeah.
Wow.
There
Wow.
are some people who train and who compete. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that it makes a difference. I feel like it makes a difference because when you have other people that compete and train in the same gym,
Yeah.
it makes a kind of like a camaraderie, you know, team effort. Even if you don't talk to them, even if you don't associate, it's still just the fact that they're there, that they go there,
Yeah.
makes you feel good, you know?
Exactly. And it feels good. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
How did what did your parents think about you, you know, getting
That is
involved in
a good
bodybuilding?
question. That is a good question. At the beginning, because I was a dancer at the beginning, they didn't be in agreement. They didn't be like in agreement with me because they love ballet. They love classical music. It was like a dream that we came through, and so actually I used to dance. Um, Actually, I go to dance, but only for the class, not for
Mhm.
dance. That's only to train my legs and just that to get fun. But at the beginning, they told me, "Are you gonna stop dancing? Because if you stop dancing, that will be different." And then when I go through the bikini, so my father was like, "Oh my God, are you gonna wear that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And the bikini was like this, and my father was like, "Okay, go ahead. If you like it, go ahead."
Yeah.
My parents are very special. They are like my best friends.
Mhm.
I can talk to them every single topic. And when I tell you every single topic, that is every single topic. So there's no secrets
Yeah.
between them and me. and we are friends, right? And I
That's
really appreciate that from my daddy, that I'm very close to him. And he is a very, let's say, realistic person.
mhm.
When I want to do something, he's like, okay, go ahead, do
Mhm.
it, do it. If you want to go and jump, go ahead.
Mm.
But
Eh,
then, and I was like, yeah, I know the consequence.
yeah.
But in this time, I was like, they were like, okay, go ahead. And when I was starting to win, they were like, okay, you did it.
Mhm.
And the last time we went to take lunch before the competition, before the national competition, we went to eat to a restaurant, and my mother was eating like a pecan pie,
Mhm.
and I was like, it looks so delicious, mom. I was like saying that. And my father was like just watching to me, just looking at me like these eyes.
Mm.
And then they finished the pie and the
Mhm.
coffee. And also I finished my chicken breast. And
Yeah, yeah.
my mother told me, you know what? They call me Lou.
Mm.
You know what, Lou? Congratulations, she said.
Oh,
Why,
wow.
mom? I was like, I'm really proud of you. You're gonna
That
win the first place, she said. And I was like almost crying because
yeah, it's
she never
beautiful.
in my life, she has never said that to me before.
Mhm.
And I was like, thank you, mom. It's really hard, but I really love it. And thank you
Yeah.
for your words, because those are like gold for me in this
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, because it's not easy when you see delicious food in front of you. It's not
Mhm.
easy, but you can get accustomed to do that, to see that, and to be in the environment. But it's like discipline. It's like
Yeah.
to think about what is important, that you cannot throw everything to the floor just for a spoon of pecan pie.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Yeah, and my mother was like surprised of me, and I was like,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
I'm sure
Yeah,
she was impressed with your discipline. That's
yeah,
probably what it
yeah,
was, and she was like, "Okay, well, this is something very special, you know." And it's yeah, that's a beautiful thing, you know, especially
yeah.
that you said your mom is not commonly say things like that, and to have her say that in that moment is something very special, I'm sure.
Yeah. Actually, because they think that to be in a strict diet as we go, as
Hmm.
let's say IFBB athletes, they think that is not healthy because we don't eat as a normal person, and every
Yes.
person thinks that when you has a diet and you cannot eat this, it's not allowed this, and also the water when you're going through a competition, the
Mm.
peak week. So we play with the water.
Yes.
So the liters that you need to drink and all that, right? So they think that it's not healthy.
Yeah.
But when I win, they feel like happy for me. So
Mhm.
they understand. Hmm.
But yeah, my family is the same way. They're like they don't. It's hard for them to. Hard for them to. I don't want to understand. I guess it's like it's. They think, like you said, they think that because you're very specific about how you eat and what you eat, they think it's like
Yeah.
not very healthy. But you know, that's the sport. It's like any, you know, like any sport, it has certain
Mhm.
things that you do and certain things that you don't do, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, agreed for sure. Yeah, it's interesting how people of different generations view bodybuilding. I always ask sometimes, especially people maybe from different places that I'm not familiar with, you know, like El Salvador and other places like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm curious to know how people there view bodybuilding, you know, and it's
Yeah. They look at us
interesting.
like, oh, they look like they are like, yeah, there is like a respect and admiration also, because it's not easy and everybody knows that. And also because in my country, almost everything is like fried. For example, you can go ahead and eat like there is something that we eat here that is called pupusas. That is
Mhm.
a typical food in my country.
Mhm.
Pupusas, they are very famous and they are really delicious. So I haven't eaten a pupusa for 2 years. So last week I ate 4 pupusas. And it was like, I wasn't, let's say, I was in the sky for me. Paradise.
So what
Yeah.
so what is it? Can you tell me what it is? I don't, because I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
A pupusa is like, you know how a tortilla is, you know what a tortilla,
Uh-huh.
Mexican tortilla or something like that. Or let's say like an arepa from Colombia. Do
Okay.
you know an arepa is like a tortilla too?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
so in a pupusa, we use corn. We form the dough based of corn. So we like use the dough, and you make like a bowl. You make
Mhm.
like you make a circle with the dough.
Uh-huh.
Then you put inside of the dough all the ingredients. For example, beans, cheese, pork,
Yes, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
mixed pupusa. In El Salvador, we call it revuelta. Pupusa revuelta. That is mixed pupusa. And you put inside the three ingredients. That is, those are beans, cheese, and pork. You
Mhm.
put them inside. Then you form like a circle with the dough,
Mhm.
and then you pound it and put it on the
Uh,
pan.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Is
yeah, it's la pupusa, and you eat it with a special sauce,
Oh,
and we
wow.
call it curtido. That is the other. That the curtido is based on coal and all like also some ingredients that we put inside. You can eat it with the hand like this.
Uh-huh.
You mix the sauce with the pupusa, a
Uh-huh.
piece of pupusa, and then you eat it. Most of people use like a fork also and a knife, but I don't like it because when you are Salvadorian, you eat them with the hand.
With the hands.
Yeah,
That's how they know
okay.
if you're from Salvador or not, right?
Yeah,
Is if you eat with your hands or not.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Hmm.
funny. So I assume that the pupusas are not
Yeah, you must try
are
them.
not on your diet when you're prepping for a show. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to try them. They're really delicious.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. So you want to, your goal is to get your pro card. Your goal is to go to
Yeah,
Rome.
that's
Yeah.
my goal. Maybe this year, this coming year, God
Yeah,
will.
that would be amazing, and I think you definitely can do it. What are your like? Do you have something that you need to work on? Is there certain body parts you want to work on,
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, I need to get more muscle division in my legs. They need to get like compact, let's say, because that is like it's my weakness. I need to let's say to be with less water in the legs. Let's
Mhm.
say that let's call it like that. Because the muscle is covered by water, and I need to train, specifically up part the hams of the
Yeah, your
leg.
hamstrings. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, actually, because that is my weakness part. That is the weakness part I have my legs, and the division from the glutes, right? The glutes and the
Yeah.
hams. That is all what I want to better in my body, actually. And also because I haven't trained my abs. I'm not allowed to train abs because they are like bigger and bigger if I train
Yeah.
them. Yeah, because I used to be a ballet dancer. The let's say the center of a dancer is the belly.
Mhm.
So we are like this all the time, and we
Yeah.
don't breathe, and it's like this, right? So when I started to train my abs with weight, they get bigger because I started to train in a very different way
Yeah.
since I was a dancer. Then I changed to a bodybuilder, to a fitness. So my belly and my abs, they are like big. So in a bikini wellness, when I get shredded, totally shredded in a competition, they look my abs and they are really notorious. So I stopped training directly because we train them, but not directly with
Yes.
other
Yeah. Mhm.
exercises. So I don't train abs.
Yeah.
I don't do
Yeah.
abs.
A
Mhm.
lot of competitors I've talked to don't train abs that well, they choose not to train abs because of that,
Yeah,
because it kind of makes your waist to look more
yeah, and
blocky,
also
bigger.
exactly. I could see that this year I haven't trained my abs and my waist get thinner.
Smaller.
Yeah, small in a better shape
Yeah, that's
and more
great. That's good.
beautiful. Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I mean, that's exciting news. So when is so right now you're technically in the off season? Is that so now you're making
I can have
improvements?
two seasons for being like I can eat know whatever I want because I have my post competition diet.
Hmm.
I eat 2 eggs in the morning, 2 slices of bread, to bread of bread.
Hmm.
I eat chicken breast in the lunch. I eat 6 times in a day, but healthy. But
Yes.
for example, tomorrow I'm gonna have a dinner with my father and my mother. So we're gonna dinner delicious food. I'm not gonna dinner my diet food, and
Yeah.
that is you can do it because
Yeah.
I've been the whole year on a diet. And when I say the whole year is the whole year,
Yeah.
and without eating a cookie, without eating a chocolate, without drinking something, for example, soda or something like that,
Yeah.
I don't do that. Never. Even in off season, I don't drink soda.
Mm-hmm.
And I prefer natural, let's say, beverage, for example,
Yeah.
orange beverage or something like that, or
Yeah.
lemon,
Yeah.
like a lemonade or something like that, that is prepared by me. And sometimes I use diet sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I try
Hmm.
to keep the line
Yes.
sometimes, yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time. Mhm.
I think that's important because a lot of people when they go into their off season or post competition, they just eat whatever. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And they gain so much weight and so much water.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult to then go into prep and try to cut all that
Actually,
fat
it's
off.
not healthy also because you've been through a diet and then you break that and you start eating everything. You can get like a stomach ache. You can go to the hospital also because of that stomach ache, because of
Yeah.
that, the breaking of that diet that
Sure.
will, let's say, make you feel not good also. And I think also because something that I have, I don't drink alcohol,
Hmm.
only wine, or two, one or two, let's say, um, cup of wines, just that,
Hmm.
not too
Hmm.
much,
Yes.
only one, even one or something like that, just that. And I don't like alcohol. Also, I don't smoke. And that is something that is helping me also because I'm getting healthier than most people around me. And
Absolutely.
most of the athletes, they stop drinking when they get enough season, they start to drink alcohol, they change the life. But I think that an athlete is not an athlete because of competition, of contest. An athlete is a
Yes.
person, even though you don't have a competition, you are you are walking in the same line.
Hmm.
Not as if you are going to compete, but in a way that you are living your lifestyle, a fitness
I
lifestyle.
agree. I agree. I agree. That's what I talk about all the time. If you're going to be an athlete, you are an athlete 24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
Yeah.
365 days a year. I'm not saying that you can't have, cheat meals or other things, but
Actually,
you need
yeah.
yeah, but you need to look and act like an athlete if you're going to
Yeah,
be one, you know?
control. You must control your mind. That's an
Yes.
athlete.
Yes,
Since the very
100%.
beginning of the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I'm excited for you. Going. It would be amazing for you to get your pro card, of course, and I think
Thank you.
you definitely can do it. And
Thank you so
hopefully,
much.
yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the Olympiad sometime soon. That would be great.
I hope so. Once again, yeah,
Yeah,
that will be my second time in Olympia.
yeah, of course. Well,
Actually, but Olympia is not part for the IFBB. We have the Arnold Classic that is part of IFBB. Olympia is only for MPC.
oh,
But
I see, I see, I
but
see.
I can win in an Arnold Classic. I hope so. That would be
Yeah.
a dream come true.
That would be a dream. That would be a dream. Where is your Arnold Classic? Which one are you talking about? Because there's a few of them.
Yeah, there is an Arnold Classic that is in Brazil. There is the other that is in Ohio.
Yes.
Um, and those are from the IFBB. Mhm.
Okay. Well, yeah, that would be
There's
awesome.
another one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to go to this Arnold, the 24. Hope
Yeah.
it's exciting. Have you ever been just to watch?
No, I have never been in an Arnold Classic. I
Okay.
didn't have the opportunity, but maybe this year.
Well, even if you don't compete in it, it's good. If you have a
Yeah,
time.
but just to be in the competition, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
the
it.
invitation. I'm so glad.
You take care. Have a good evening.
You too.
All right. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.